Good morning. My name is Patrick Kelly, the principal of Triton High School. I would like to first welcome our wonderful faculty and staff who have come here today to support our students. This group of educators has worked tirelessly to support the class of 2023. On behalf of the faculty and administration, I am happy to welcome our students' parents, guardians, friends, and relatives to our commencement ceremony. It is now my distinct honor and great pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2023. If the members of the senior class who are participating in the national anthem could please come forward now. At this time, we would like to welcome the Triton High School Band for the playing of the national anthem. The anthem is being conducted today by Lillian Charay and Maeve White. Could everyone please stand and remove your hats for the anthem? At this time, I ask all of us to observe a moment of silence. We would now like to recognize our graduates who are entering the military and intending to serve in our armed forces upon graduation. I would like to ask each to stand when I call their name to be recognized. Shane Grant. Shane will be joining the U.S. Marine Corps and will be shipping out to Parris Island this summer. The U.S. Marine Corps has the motto of Semper Fidelis, always faithful. This slogan signifies the dedication that Marines have to their Corps, country, and fellow Marines. Sam Richard. Sam will be joining the U.S. Coast Guard, beginning with boot camp at Cape May. The U.S. Coast Guard has the motto of Semper Paratus, which means always ready. Both of these individuals will be provided the opportunity to serve their country. Please join us one more time in thanking them for their commitment and desire to serve. It is now my pleasure to introduce Chloe Connors and Izzy O'Dolney, two of your class officers, to the stage to welcome our invited guests.
We will now introduce our invited guests and ask them to briefly rise as their name is announced. The chairperson of the Triton Regional School Committee, Ms. Linda Latofsky. And members of the school committee joining us today, Mr. Paul Mayette, Mr. Matthew Landers, Miss Susanna Copland, Miss Narissa Wallen, and Miss Erin Berger.
We would like to recognize the selectmen from our towns. From Newbury, Mr. Dana Packer, Miss Alicia Greco, Mr. Jeffrey Walker, and Mr. William DeMaio. From Rowley, Mr. Bob Snow, and Miss Christine Nealand. From Salisbury, Mr. Charles Takesian, Miss Donna Abdullah, Mr. Terrence Morengi Jr., Miss Ronalie Ray Parrott, and Mr. Michael Colburn.
I would now like to recognize Massachusetts State Senator, the Honorable Bruce Tarr. I would also like to recognize Massachusetts State Representative, the Honorable Kristen Kastner. I would like to recognize the school district central office administrators, Mr. Brian Forget, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Anna Bates, Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, Ms. Shannon Nolan, Director of Student Services, and Mr. Kyle Warren, Director of Finance and Operations.
It is with both pride and respect that the class of 2023 would also like to recognize the faculty, staff, and administration from the high school, middle school, and each of our elementary schools present at our graduation today. We ask our fellow guests and all of our graduates to join us in applauding these professionals whose support and dedication has helped shape each member of the graduating class. We would now like to welcome back Principal Kelly to the podium to deliver his remarks.
Congratulations to the class of 2023. Today we have members of our school community, local representatives, family, and friends here today to recognize the collective work that you have completed over the past 13 school years to get yourself here to this moment today. Whether it has already happened over the past few days or takes place in the coming weeks of celebration, I hope that each of our graduates spend a few moments recognizing those who have helped you succeed. Today provides a unique marking post on each of your collective journeys. It gives you each the chance to both reflect on what has been from pre-K forward and also the opportunity to consider what has come. In these moments, I always like to look both into the stands and beyond as we consider the countless community members who have been invested in each of you for the past 17 or 18 years. This investment has been mixed with lessons both inside and outside of school. Some of these lessons were complicated. Here's looking at you, Doc, with your stoichiometry lessons, while others have been more focused on values and behaviors we hope you will now exemplify within our community. As I reflected upon the message that I wanted to share with the class today, I thought a lot about the Mark Colagiovanni and Peter Reynolds children's book, When Things Aren't Going Right, Go Left. With two young boys in my house, we read a lot of children's books. In this story, the little boy was carrying all kinds of baggage and realized that as things continued to not go right, what he really needed to do was to go left. So he left behind his worries, his doubts, his fears, his frustrations. And as he did this, he realized that things were beginning to improve and finally going right for him. Then, after having set down those feelings for a while, he was better able to carry his worries, doubts, fears, and frustrations. He had gained the strength and self-confidence and a better understanding of who he was along the way. This book reminded me a lot of your class. Your high school career has been anything but conventional and has been filled with challenges. You were just getting the hang of high school and how high school operated when the pandemic interrupted your freshman year. This led to many worries, doubts, fears, and frustrations as to what your high school experience would look like. Over your sophomore and junior years, many here were faced with their own challenges and adversities, setbacks that needed to be overcome. Then, during December break this past year, your class and the Triton community lost a member with the passing of Haley Stone. While I certainly did not know Haley as well as many of you, what I do know is that she possessed a fierce strength to overcome challenges. She had the ability to set aside her own worries, fears, and hardships to help others in her community. She knew how to find joy and laughter in most any situation. And most of all, she knew how to persist when things were challenging. She controlled what she could control and set the rest aside. This concept of persistence in the face of life's challenges is both what I see as a defining characteristic of this class and also the lesson I most hope you're able to take forward with you as you leave Triton. Moving forward, know that things will not always be easy. Many here in this gym will go on to do amazing things, and the faculty and your community will be cheering for you each step of the way. But no measure of success will just be given to you. It will take countless hours of toil when no one else is looking. It will take a willingness to start early and stay late. It will take a driven sense of purpose. As a class, you have shown the ability to overcome adversity, to support each other through heartbreak, and to continue to persist. The second part of the message that I found in When Things Don't Go Right, Go Left was to find joy and happiness in the journey. There is joy to be found in diligently solving a problem. There is joy to be found in helping others within your community. And most importantly, there is joy to be found in shared experiences. Today is likely the last time this collective group will be together. Over the past 13 years, you have always had the ability to laugh and find happiness even when things were hard. These two messages, learning to be persistent and finding joy in the journey, I believe represent the class of 2023, and I know they also represented Haley as a beloved member of the class. Know that each day you will have a choice in how you continue your path. Those in this gym, and many not here today, have imparted 18 years of wisdom and lessons. I get a small moment publicly to urge you in a direction that I hope to see my fellow community members take. But the path forward is yours to forge. Know that in times of adversity, there's a team of people behind you, and you can leave those worries, doubts, fears, and frustration behind for a time being. Then, once you've regained your footing, you'll be ready to continue forward as the amazing adults that you have become. We are so proud of each of you. We all know that you have the right skills and dispositions to leave here today to better our community. This graduating class will be dearly missed. However, we know you are ready for life's next phase. Congratulations to the class of 2023. We will now hear remarks from our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brian Forget.
Good morning to the graduates, your families, my distinguished colleagues, school committee members, town and state officials. Welcome again to the graduation ceremony for Triton's class of 23. To the graduates, my goodness, what a high school experience you've had. The world you knew when you entered high school in 2019 is forever changed. You've all had amazing experiences during your high school career, but I think we also should acknowledge that the last 4 years were not quite what you expected. With COVID taking away the spring of your freshman year and the disruptions it caused in your sophomore and junior years, your senior year seems like the first fully intact year of high school you've experienced. You adapted to remote learning and hybrid schedules, you wore masks and practiced social distancing, and yet you still found ways to stay connected with each other when you couldn't even be together in person. You also endured the unthinkable loss of a close friend and classmate, Haley Stone. Through all of this, I've been amazed to see and hear your resiliency and determination as a group, as you found ways to celebrate your successes and joys, while at the same time staring the challenges squarely in the face and not letting them define you. So first and foremost, congratulations on making it to graduation day. This is a significant milestone in your lives, and as always, I'm honored to stand before you and share in this momentous occasion. My challenge to you today is to continue to live out that resiliency that you've shown over the last 4 years, because it has the potential to make great change. As we know, people are feeling more isolated than ever, and that isolation has incredibly negative impacts on us. The pre-pandemic world was already trending towards a more polarized and isolated experience, where social media and other online platforms are the go-to for sharing opinions and feelings. In those forms, sharing is possible without the inherent checks and balances we receive by having an in-person conversation. This gained even more momentum during your high school years when we were forced into even greater isolation. And many industries saw a job shift to an entirely remote workforce, working from their homes all day rather than together in a space or office. That's a trend that will likely continue for you as you launch into your careers. Regardless of your or my beliefs of how the pandemic played out, there is no debating the deep and lasting impacts that isolation left in its wake. I've shared this before with other Vikings on graduation day, and it's even more true today than it was before. We need one another. We need community. Your high school career was shaped by the connections you made with your peers, your teachers, and the community around you. Now it's time to build on those connections, holding on to what's most important to you, but to then go out and make new connections, find new opportunities, and make new community for this next phase of your life. There's value and personal pride in being able to accomplish something by yourself, but singular success cannot be the norm. It's easy to take comfort in our most recent experiences, which for you is high school. But I encourage you to hold on to the great memories of your time here at Triton, allowing them to give you joy and energy. But I also hope that you're stretched by the challenging times and emboldened for the next chapter of your life. You've likely discovered interests and passions during your time here at Triton, and you now have the opportunity to pursue those further. That may be the sciences or business, history, writing, visual or performing arts, or maybe something entirely different. But don't be afraid to follow your passions and see where they take you. Those passions will help you make new friends and find new community as you connect with like-minded peers and colleagues. I recently spent some time out west in Utah and Arizona at the national parks with my wife as we celebrated both of our 25th anniversary and both of our 50th birthdays this spring. As we drove and rode bikes and hiked through some of the vastest, grand, and most beautiful landscapes I've ever seen, I was continually in awe of the sheer size of everything and reminded of the grandeur of the world we live in. Along the way, we met people we knew nothing about, but were drawn into conversation with them as we stood in awe, looking up at canyon walls that rose up thousands of feet right in front of us, or standing in a natural arch that was hundreds of feet tall and wide. We hear so much in the news and on social media about all the bad things that are happening in the world. But there's so much good out there. So many amazing people to see and experience, so many amazing opportunities and places to see, and so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. We hear and see those best when we shut out the noise and really experience things. It happens when we put down our phones, turn off the TV, and connect directly with everyone around us and venture beyond our comfort zones. As you make those new connections, you'll find new opportunities. So always remain open to new ideas, new interests, new perspectives, new cultures, new passions, new experiences. That's where you can innovate. We need you and your generation to be thinkers and doers, people who are emboldened by the challenging times we're living in, not discouraged or jaded by them. We need you to see in each challenge and struggle an opportunity for innovation and a chance to change things for the better. Innovation comes through challenges and discomfort and a desire to make things better. We need you to be that for our world. I was reminded of this need for innovation as I was riding an e-bike through Zion National Park. For those of you who don't know, an e-bike has a rechargeable battery and motor that provides a powered assist whenever it's needed. Amazing invention. As we rode up and down the hills and long, windy roads, I was so much more able to take in the beauty and be in total awe by taking full advantage honestly, of that assist through our day of riding. That simple innovation allowed this 50-year-old man to pretend he was 25 again and able to ride up and down the hills and mountains of western Utah all day with absolute ease. We looked like Miss Gulch from The Wizard of Oz, riding with ease, but we were riding uphill. You want to Google that, Miss Gulch, Wizard of Oz. That's the visual. Kidding aside, the problem an e-bike solves is obviously trivial and insignificant in the grand scheme, as I do have the alternative of simply getting in better shape. But for me, on that day, it changed my entire experience. I share this in fun, but as a reminder of the far greater and more consequential problems out there in the world needing to be solved. Challenges that we need you to tackle head on because they're holding us back from being a better and more productive society. It's okay to start small and work towards bigger challenges. The best inventors and change makers in the world started small. So can you. The important thing is that you are finding ways to engage with one another and make the world a better place together, even if it's starting with something fun like the next best bike. Members of the class of 23, I have such high hopes and expectations for you because of who you are. Take all your experiences and passions, draw on the connections that you've developed, and go out and set your sights on making positive change for the world. Thank you for all you've done for Triton. Congratulations on all you've accomplished, and good luck in your next chapter. Thank you. Now welcome Principal Kelly back to the podium.
It is my pleasure again to introduce the high school band, directed by Miss Susan Densmore, who will be playing Flashpoint by Tyler Archari. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our first honor speaker. Peyton Gibbs is this year's salutatorian. Peyton has been an exceptional student, and an incredibly giving member of her class. She has regularly participated in and led service opportunities. As salutatorian, Peyton's theme will be the past.
Today is the day. Today is the day we used to dream about. We once wondered who we would sit next to, who we would still be best friends with, and where everyone would eventually go their own ways. Look around. This is it for the Triton class of 2023. Congratulations, you have all made it to your very own graduation day. Good morning, parents, families, faculty, friends, and greetings to all of you graduating in the class of 2023. My name is Peyton Gibbs, and I am honored to be speaking today as we all come together to celebrate the end of our high school journey and begin our new adventures. 2023 once felt so far away. Well, class of 2023, you will soon walk across the stage to receive your diploma and graduate from Triton Regional High School. Today is a very special day. You only graduate from high school once, and I hope you all remember this day for the rest of your lives. Bear with me as I slightly contradict myself. I hope you remember this joyous day, but most of all, I hope you remember what it took to get here. I hope you remember the highs and lows and the adversity you all had to overcome to finally reach this day in your life. We used to talk about what life be like in 2023. We used to talk about 2023 as this looming year in the future. We talked about freedom and the exciting moments to come in the future. We talked about what it would be like when we all went our separate ways to take on life. However, this all took place back when the most challenging part of our day was scoring the winning touchdown at recess or completing the dreaded timed rocket math problems. Now our worries and challenges all seem a bit more real as we learn just how difficult life can truly be. From the day you enter this world to the day you leave it behind, it is inevitable that you will face adversity. When you face hardships, you have choices. You have the choice to fight, and you have the choice to turn away. How you choose to persevere and overcome those challenges define you. For the class of 2023, we have faced many unexpected challenges. Together, we have faced a global pandemic resulting in online school and hybrid learning. As a class, we also lost a classmate. We lost our very own Haley Stone just earlier this year. We lost a classmate, a teammate, and above all, we lost a friend. Haley exemplified what it meant to be selfless. No matter the battle she was fighting, she always found a way to make the people around her smile. I wish for everyone that we can all be more like Haley. Her life was short-lived, but the impact she had on all of the people around her will last forever. Our losses and struggles have kept our class connected. Each individual graduating today has also had their personal experiences with adversity. In January, I started wearing a bracelet around my left wrist. This bracelet was a gift from someone very close to my heart. This beaded bracelet is nothing but a clear string and a few beads that spell out a word. This bracelet, strung together with just 10 letters, spells resilience. I started wearing this bracelet during a very challenging time in my life. I would often find myself moving the beads around, thinking about how I never thought this time in my life would pass. The last few months have instead flown by. This bracelet was a constant reminder for me to keep moving forward. I hope as you all move forward, you find something that reminds you to be resilient and face the challenges ahead. Upon reading about resilience, I read that someone described being resilient as being like an elastic rubber band and having the ability to spring back after being stretched and mangled. The importance of facing what lies ahead comes with your reaction and your plan to find a way to persevere. While our class has faced many challenges, there are also many things our class should be very proud of. The academic and athletic achievements you have all achieved are incredible. Life would not be worthwhile if it weren't for the constant battles. You all wouldn't feel the importance of this day if it weren't for the efforts that got you here. I hope you all remember who helped you get here. Your teachers from kindergarten to senior year have helped you achieve this rewarding day. Your parents, families, and friends have supported you through this tedious journey. So when the day is over, remember to thank the people that helped you get to this point in your life. Before you all leave today, I hope you think about all of your experiences at Triton. I hope you can all reflect on what you're proud of and everything you wish you could have done differently. As we move towards the end of this momentous day and you begin to remove your cap to throw it in the air, I wish that you all take the best from high school and learn from the worst. As the day comes to a close and you put your cap and gown away, I hope you remember the experiences and memories here at Triton will always be a part of you. As we all move on to our next adventures, we will stay connected because if we all have one thing in common, it will be that we are all graduates of Triton Regional High School. Most of all, I hope that you remember that today is just a day. While today is the day we celebrate our day of graduation, there are many more celebrations to come because the 4 years that it took to get here are worth more than just a day of celebration. So yes, today is the day we, Triton class of 2023, graduate from high school. So, class of 2023, wherever your next journey may take you, I hope you all continue to have the courage to persevere and face every challenge with resilience. With that, I leave you all with this. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around and help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind. Tim McGraw. And most of all, stay classy, Triton class of 2023.
We would now like to welcome our singers group to perform a choral selection. They will be performing For Good by Stephen Schwartz and arranged by Matt Huff.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I am today is because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blamed before. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our second honor speaker. Natalie Indingaro is this year's valedictorian. You can clap. Natalie has exemplified the characteristics we hope all of our students have in the classroom. She is diligent and curious, always looking to further her own understanding. As valedictorian, Natalie's theme will be the future.
Hello, everyone. I'm incredibly honored to be here with you all today and want to begin by thanking the parents, family, friends, classmates, teachers, faculty, and the community for their unwavering support through the years. I think we can all agree that without their support and encouragement, we would not be where we are today, about to graduate from high school, prepared for whatever the future holds. And that brings me to what I want to spend the next few minutes talking about, the future. A few weeks ago, Peyton and I were asked to prepare speeches for today. As you heard a few moments ago, Peyton talked about the past, and I was assigned the future. I must admit upfront, I know very little about the future, and I certainly can't predict it. Recent case in point is my prediction that the Celtics would win Game 7. Unfortunately, we all know how that prediction worked out. While I clearly cannot predict the future, I believe we can take action to influence and shape our individual and collective futures. So, instead of making predictions, I will share some ideas and advice that I hope you find useful in your journey ahead. I'll start by looking back and what got us here today and some lessons we learned during our time at Triton. While the future is impossible to fully control or even precisely predict, we can affect the future by using our skills and experiences, both good and bad, to guide us, as well as focus on the only two things we truly control: our actions and our attitude, what we do and how we think. So my first piece of advice is choose to be optimistic. For me, optimism and being open to new things calm the feelings of anxiety that sometimes accompany change. For some, graduating from high school might create stress about leaving home, friends, or family. Disrupting relationships, habits, and routines developed over 18 years can be worrisome. But if we look at the change through a lens of optimism, we will see a future full of exciting opportunities, such as learning a new skill, going to college, traveling, starting a new job, meeting new people, and making new friends. While change can be scary, I encourage you all to be optimistic and focus on the potential to learn something new and exciting. It is all a matter of perspective. Many of us were nervous on our first day in high school, not sure what to expect, meeting classmates for the first time, and perhaps intimidated by the seniors. Now, like back then, we can choose to be open-minded, open to change, optimistic about the adventure ahead, and embrace the possibilities the future holds for you. My next piece of advice is to be adaptable. Sometimes life throws you a curveball, and there's no time to plan or prepare. Being adaptable can help you overcome any obstacle that comes your way. As a class, we demonstrated adaptability during our sophomore year. We navigated the uncharted waters of going to school during a pandemic. Who thought it possible? That could adjust to virtual learning in just a short amount of time. It was not easy, but we made it work because we were flexible and adaptable. We made the best out of a difficult situation and are stronger because of it. I will now do what I promised not to do, and that is make a prediction about the future. I predict we will all experience times of great happiness, as well as challenges and adversity during our lives. So, my next piece of advice is during those challenging times, be resilient. Remain strong and persevere. Struggling and overcoming challenges builds character and confidence and enables us to achieve our goals. The tough times also make the good times that much sweeter. We have all shown resilience over the past 4 years. Throughout high school, each of us has experienced and overcome adversity, such as failing a driver's test, not making a team, or losing a big game against a rival school. Although adversity causes heartache, we can learn valuable lessons from it. And this is true not only for high school, but for the rest of our lives as well. My final piece of advice is perhaps the most important. Do what you love. If you have not found your passion, keep looking and trying new things, and you will. The late Steve Jobs once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it." If you remember anything from this speech, I hope you remember that. Find your passion and chase your dreams. Life doesn't have to fit in a box or follow a recipe. You don't have to color inside the lines. It is yours for the making. You should take this great opportunity that graduation has given you and run with it. Make it your own and be you. At the conclusion of this ceremony, you will receive your diploma and officially become high school graduates. Some of us will continue our education or training, others will enter the trades or join the workforce, and still others will choose to join the brave men and women in the military to serve our country. Whatever the future may hold, I hope you all stay optimistic and full of hope. Continue to adapt, switch majors, jobs, or even career paths to find your true passion. Be resilient and rise to every challenge by standing up for what you believe. And most importantly, do what you love. Chase your dreams and passions, reach your goals, and then make new ones, and remember to have fun. Moving forward, we may follow separate paths, but remember you will not be alone, as we will always be bound by the shared experiences, relationships, and friendships we made here. During our time at Triton, we have grown up together, learned together, made memories together, failed and succeeded together. And I've loved every minute of it, and I hope you all did too. I look forward to seeing you all at our future reunions and hearing about the journey you're about to embark on. I hope you all the best. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors and want to offer you one last congratulation on graduating in the class of 2023. Thank you.
At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Ms. Kim Rock from the Institution for Savings. Not only does the Institution for Savings provide generous scholarships to local students, they also sponsor an important financial literacy event for area schools through the Credit for Life Fair and have supported Triton in a myriad of ways, including funding the stadium that's outside these doors today. Thank you to the Institution for Savings for the opportunities provided to our students and to the Triton community. Please welcome Ms. Kim Rock.
Good morning. Congratulations, class of 2023. On behalf of the Institution for Savings, I want to thank each of you who applied for our scholarship, and I want to wish all of the graduates the best as you begin a new chapter in your life. As many of you know, our scholarship is awarded to only 6 seniors out of a pool of applicants from 11 high schools within the bank's retail branch network. We received 120 applications this year, and there was only 1 applicant at the top of every committee member's list to receive a scholarship. I am honored to tell you that that person, he or she, is graduating from Triton Regional High School. This year's recipient is an exceptional individual who has excelled academically and athletically, is a talented musician, and has shown great leadership during their 4 years here at Triton. Their scholarship application was truly outstanding. Our committee was very impressed with their exceptional essays and their commitment to putting 100% effort in everything they do, with a goal to be the best version of themselves possible. And they also wrote about the good feeling they get by giving back to this community. Equally impressive were their recommendations. One teacher wrote, "She is a role model. She is highly respected by her peers and the staff. I am so fortunate to have her in my class." The recipient will be studying industrial engineering at UMass Amherst this fall. This young lady has a very bright future ahead of her, and we are very proud to be investing in her education. And I have no doubt that her role model, her mother, her guardian angel, is proudly smiling down on all of us here this morning. It is an honor for me to announce the recipient of this year's Institution for Savings in the amount of $20,000 is Andrea Boyle.
Got to pull it back together for a second. And unfortunately now I have to call some of our class officers up to speak, who also might need a second to pull it back together. So I would now like to ask the officers of the class of 2023 to join me on the stage for the presentation of the class gifts. If Emma Moreland, Izzy Oldoni, Andrea Boyle, Chloe Connors, Parker Hertigan, Braden McDonald, Alex Monteiro, and Wesley Rollins would please come to the stage.
Good morning. We had a sad day in this community not too long ago. Christmas Day this past year, our fellow classmate Haley Stone lost her courageous battle with leukemia. Haley was one of the most loving, caring souls who always put others before herself. Like many other students here today, Haley was born and raised in the Triton community. She was a huge part of the cheer team, and you could always find her at the beach with her friends and family. Every year, the class officers have the privilege of giving a class gift. This usually involves new benches, new trees, and physical objects. This year, as we sat in our meeting discussing the gift, we knew in our hearts what we wanted to do. We would like to continue to honor and remember Haley for the amazing person she was. On behalf of the class of 2023, we will be making a donation to the Haley Stone Foundation. This money will be used to begin a new scholarship in honor of Haley and continue to help families in need. We would now like to take a moment of silence to honor Haley today. Thank you.
On behalf of Triton High School, I am pleased to accept this gift from the class of 2023.
As the class officers, we want to take a few moments to thank many of the staff members that have helped to make our experience memorable. We have seen how much work goes into planning and supporting all of our class events and making sure we have had great experiences. We would like to thank the high school secretaries, Miss Carroll, Miss Scarfo, and Miss P, the guidance staff, cafeteria staff, maintenance, all of our teachers. Where was I? The school administration and our parents. Thank you to all the staff and town officials who have worked hard to support the seniors in a variety of ways over the last month and years, I'd say. Lastly, we would especially like to thank our class advisors, Miss Jill Lewis and Mr. Matt Haley. Woo! Their constant effort and support to our class has made our experience wonderful. Thank you.
We are just about to begin our presentation of diplomas for the class of 2023. Before we begin our presentation of diplomas for the group that is here present in the room, we wanted to present one diploma for a classmate not with us. Throughout today's proceedings, we have shared quite a bit about Haley and the impact she had on the graduating class. She was a beloved member of the class of 2023. And we would now like to present Haley with an honorary diploma as part of Triton High School's graduating class. At this time, I call upon Ms. Linda Lutovsky, chairperson of the school committee, to help award diplomas to the class of 2023. The presentation of students will be completed by Ms. Jill Lewis and Mr. Matt Haley. The presentation of diplomas will be conducted by Ms. Linda Lutovsky, Mr. Brian Forget, and Mr. Patrick Kelly.
Natalie, Caitlin, and Dingaro. Peyton, Marin, Gibbs. Andrea, Renee, Boyle. Chloe, Grace, Connors. Parker, Charles, Hertigan. Braden, Christopher, McDonald. Alexander, Paul, Montero. Emma, Rose, Moreland.
Isabella Marie Oldoni. Wesley John Rollins. Gina Isabella Abuzaid. Aleo Barbara Amasatitis. Janet Esther Amasatitis. Paige Marie Andrews. Samuel Henry Bagley Jr. Caleb McDonald Beausoleil. Riley Elizabeth Bell. Lila Morgan Benesh. Gabriel Thomas Bover. Brianna Rose Bowser. Parker Ronald Burns. Cooper Riggs Campbell. Emma Marie Campbell. Dominic Joseph Cardillo. Caden Daniel Carlson.
Kiara Jean Cataldo. Max Anthony Shimataro. Brenna Rose Coates. Gavin Charles Colby. Maya Grace Cole. Trinity Rosemarie Cole. Courtney May Camo. Maya Carey Costonis. Carmela Shea Cotter. Jaden Ashley De Almeida. Aiden Lawrence Deeb. Jack Edward Dixon. Nicholas Salvatore Dussault. Joshua Paul Drake. Griffin John Dupree. Nathan Ryan Eaton. Tyler Francis Egan. John Matthews Emerson. Quinn Francis Fiddler. Elena Ann Field. Zachary Nicholas Fowler. Jacob Whitney France. Caitlin Leanne Frary. Richard Mark Gardella IV. Caroline Allman Gaykeline.
Annika Lynn Geyer. Henry Jacobson Golbitz. Reagan Flannery Golbitz. Sydney Marie Golbitz. Shane Michael Grant. Nicholas John Guglielmi. Reagan Elizabeth Haley. Taylor Denise Hamilton. Sarah Rose Hansen. Owen Joseph Harding. Walter James Hardy.
Kayla Grace Harrington. Haley Driscoll Harris. Paige McKenna Hathaway. Jack William Hathaway. Rachel Evelyn Head. Aaron Nicholas Holscher. Connor Charles Houlihan. Griffin Mack Houlihan. Mackenzie Brighton Howland. Paulin Jin Huang. Nicholas Hart Hamad Hubbard Bruger. Timothy James Hussey. Cole Jameson Jacobson. Annalise Rose Jensen.
Evelyn Fabiola Jimenez. Andrew Joseph Johnson. Elliot Oscar Johnson. Mila Anastasia Jones. Emilia Bailey Joyce. Andrew William Kalama. Devin Reese Karpenko. Samantha Ann Kelly. Aiden Cooper Kennedy. William Arthur Kenyon. Nolan Scott Kimball. Olivia Catherine Kierkopoulos. Twyla Joe Langmaid. Sophia Rose Latham. Peyton Elizabeth Laddig. Jordan Carolyn Lavoie. Emma Marie LeBlanc. Jacob Thomas Lennon. Hannah Rose Lever. Jesse James David Lind. Elena Elise Little. Lily Patricia Latarski. Delaney Rose Lucia. Nora Catherine Lyons. Ashton Emery Mace.
Evan Runningbrook Mace. Morgan Alyssa Maramaldi. Matthew Stephen Marabito. Bella Jean Martin. Michael Patrick McGonigal. Shay Philip McLaughlin. Devin Daniel McClellan. Sullivan McClellan. Nathan Wesley Miller. Ava Serafina Milo. Samuel Archibald Molyneux. Taylor Ryan Morris. Molly Sersha Murphy. Madison Marie Murray. Brooke Elizabeth Nangle. Ugo Vega Nascimento. Riley Jack Nash. Caitlin Mylan Wynn. Brian Charles Nichols. Lucas Ryan O'Leary. Bailey Jeanette O'Neill. Samuel Richard O'Shea. Marissa Heather Palmerino. Chanel Arispal Para. Colin John Pearson.
Julia May Price. Allison Haley Pugh. David Scott Pugh. Benjamin Cole McBride Rasmussen. Damon Seth Record. Margaret May Riley. Samuel Clifford Richard. Julian Derek Riggle. Anna Maria Robertson. Jessica Geddes Hasha. Joshua Mendonça Rodriguez. Jason Thomas Romaides. Kayla Vasiliki Romaides. Grace Addison Romine. Isabella Angela Rosno. Robin Emily Sanger. Matthew Edward Soros. Sophia Lisa Savino. Grant David Schroeder. Lillian Gail Sheree. Mason Anthony Scalamero. Anna Maria Scuderi. John Andrew Sereno. Antonio James Sforza. Ella Prescott Sharp.
Morgan Ann Shorey. Riley Solano. Maya Elizabeth Sullivan. Ethan Russell Tate. Molly Marie Thornton. Jordan Elizabeth Tressler. Erin Annie Walwork. Natalie Brida Ward. Callan William Wardwell. Ava Caitlin Watson. Colin James Weber. Brianna Marie Welsh. Griffin Alexander White. Maeve Nicholson White. Riley Nicole White. Tegan Shea Wilson. Ashton Freedom Wanson. Caden Shane Yeskalis. Mackenzie Rain Zink.
gotta do is. I would now like to invite the class officers of the class of 2023 to the front of the podium. You're almost there. You gotta wait like 30 seconds. If we can have each of our graduates please stand. And now as the principal of Triton High School, by the authority granted me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Triton Regional School Committee, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to present to you the graduates of the class of 2023. Let's please move your tassels from right to left and cheer for our graduates! Well, find your caps quick, graduates, before we do our recessional. For those in the stands, we ask that you please remain in your seats as our graduates exit the gymnasium. We're ready. Wes. Wes now.